We are counting down to game time from the Murder Mall in Hazelwood, Missouri. Steve Olivas and Steve Olivas coming to you. I've named the mouse in my pocket after myself, and it is a wonderful feeling. Live on YouTube, 2004 Nashville Junior Predators hockey, although that seems to be a bit of a stretch to call it that after this morning's game. St. Louis is making their way to the ice, and at the mall here we have an interesting configuration of locker rooms because game time, by the way, not until 6:50, so we've got 4 minutes before the teams have to assemble, but it's interesting to watch the march as the teams come into the ice area, because the Murder Mall is largely abandoned. I'm sure the St. Louis Blues NHL team got this real estate for a song. This is their practice facility. Probably cost them $18 and a bowl of soup to get the building. But because the mall is abandoned, there's a lot of the storefronts. And if you can think about how big, like a Hot Topic or a Spencer Gifts is, those are now locker rooms, and they're down the hallway of the mall. So we've got the standard locker rooms under the grandstands. By the way, video is streaming for this broadcast. I have a still camera that's going to capture most of the ice. I'm not going to show you if you want to grab the other mic, Shane, it's ambient over there. Shane Parker is looking to join the broadcast, and he has spent the latter part of the afternoon drinking heavily. Shane, do you just want to explain to the people what was going on in the parking lot for the last, say, half hour, 45 minutes?
Oh, well, we were just going through kind of like what the Junior Preds team goes through before the game.
Which is?
Well, it's warm-ups, but it's just a little different style.
Most of the dads were out there, so I'm guessing this is going to be a fun game to watch regardless of whether the Preds win or lose.
Oh, yeah, it's a team effort all the way. From one end to the other. The spectrum is, it's full.
It's wide, yeah.
Yeah, every parent participates, and we just want to put forth a group effort and show the team spirit and, really play a tape-to-tape type of game.
Well, that's not anything like what they played on the ice this morning, but all right.
See, I beg to differ. I mean, we were right on the white team's tape entirely the whole game. It was outstanding pass.
A lot of the Junior Pred passes were effectively thrown to the St. Louis Blues team, and St. Louis needed no help from us to bring the puck into our zone and then maintain possession. St. Louis winning this morning, 11-0 was the final score, and Shane, it wasn't even that close, to be honest.
No, it wasn't. I thought Matthew Caldwell played a great game. He made a lot of stops that you probably should have made. But everything kind of ran into place. The boys came out. They did fight hard for the first 10, 11 minutes. Then they gave up a goal. As soon as they gave up the goal, it kind of opened up the gates. It was 4 in a row before you knew what happened. So that was sports of the game. But they hung in there. But for the most part, the Preds have got a lot of work to do. The passing game's a little off. They're not quite tape-to-tape. They're struggling to get out of the zone. There are a lot of things to fix, but we had several kids that it was their first time on the team, probably their first time playing a team this good or at this kind of speed, this kind of pace. So hopefully, I guess if there's an upside, is that things get better from here. We started off bad. Hopefully, we get better as the weekend goes on and just make some improvements here and there, but our veteran players have got to step up and play better hockey.
That is absolutely true. We were going to have Xander Maselli in the net for this game. And one of the things that you and I talked about between the games was St. Louis is a fairly substantially sized team, but they play clean. So if our boys can just get it out of their head that they might get that head taken off, they might be a little more aggressive on the puck and on the boards.
Well, I think it was a big deal. I think when the Preds saw St. Louis come out, these kids are big. I mean, they're big. These kids are over 6 foot, they're over 200 pounds. This smallest player is probably as big as our biggest player. I think the kids had some intimidation factor in the first game. As soon as they saw this, the kids walking into warm-ups, But now that I think they've got a game under their belt, they've realized that St. Louis, even though they're big and can play physical, they're a clean team. They're not playing dirty hockey. They're just playing good hockey. It's a good organization. So I think, I want to think that now they're going to feel a little less worried about bad hits coming from big players. And they're just going to have to settle in and kind of try to play hockey.
Well, we'll see what the evening brings. Junior Preds typically play the second game better than the first.
They're not going to play their second game worse than they played the first.
I don't know that they can. The first game was, I said it was like the Keystone Cops on meth. Junior Preds, but peyote might be a more accurate representation. Shane has been substantially lubricated in the parking lot, and he will bring his clever play-by-play repartee. Shane feels that I get a little blue once in a while in my descriptions, but I find it's all above board unless your mind works that way, and apparently Shane's do.
They've got to get a little bit of jump in their step. I don't think we need to be delusional about anything. This is a top 10 team that we're playing against, but we can play better. We can make it a more competitive game. We can play the game a little bit tighter, but they got to get some jump in their steps, some explosion in their steps. Play a little more aggressive, not worry about the big kids, not worry about the big hit. Just try to settle into their own game. Move the puck, take the tape into the zone, and get some shots on net.
All right, the pregame warm-ups are about to expire. Shane, are you going to stick around?
Okay.
He had just put a big chunk of chaw in the mouth. All right, 3 16-minute periods of hockey coming to you, and this period, actually the first game was brought to you by Weekend at Bernie's. The St. Louis Blues were Andrew McCarthy and Jonathan Silverman, and the Junior Preds were Bernie. They were just being led all around by the Blues. They've got to take control, jump in the seat of the bus that drives the damn thing instead it gets pulled by a tow truck. And I'll tell you, Shane was not kidding when he said their smallest kid is as big as our biggest kid. When he said some of those boys top 200 pounds, I don't think that's much of an exaggeration. They got some big boys.
No, that's not an exaggeration. These kids came in, I'm 6 foot, 195 pounds, and these kids were bigger than me. Easy.
And that's in their shoes, not their skates.
Not in skates, that is in their shoes, that is just everyday life. These are some big boys. They picked up the top 6 from another team this year. They went from being a solid, skilled, disciplined team to a big, solid, skilled, disciplined team. They're going to be hard to beat this year for anybody.
And they can skate. It's not like an offensive lineman weighs 400 pounds and runs about an 8-minute 40-yard dash. These kids are quick.
These are good hockey players. They're disciplined. They're skilled. They move the puck really well. They're going to be good across the board this year. I don't care who they're playing. They're going to be good. The goal for the Preds, in my opinion, in this game, be better than the last game. Have your passing game be better. Try to make tape-to-tape passes. Get into the zone, and let's just get some shots on net. And don't be intimidated.
A lot of the missing with regard to the pass and receive in the first game was probably due to that intimidation, because the Junior Preds, if they expected to be hit, they had alligator arms and they were dumping the pass too quickly. They didn't let things develop, or they waited too long, and it was because the St. Louis Blues were in their heads.
There's no question about it. They were in their heads before the game started. And a lot of the preparation for the game is a little preparation that comes before the game ever starts. You can't take the beat before the game starts. I don't care what your roster is. I don't care what things look like. You've got to have the right kind of mindset. Mind controls the body, controls the whole game. You take your beat from the start, then you're beat from the start. So I think they're going to feel better. I think the intimidation factor is going to be down. I think they're going to realize what the game's about. Everybody's here to play hockey. They're not just here to take head shots and cheap shots.
Right.
And all that nonsense. They're here to play hockey. Blues are a good organization. Now the Preds just need to come together with hockey.
Face off at the center dot coming. Garrett Parker's line starts it. That line was the only one that remained intact throughout game one. Parker in the center, Byron on his left, and Ossenmacher on his right. We've got Hutchinson and Matthews on the blue line. St. Louis wins the draw, but the Junior Preds take the puck. Ben Byron skates it to the red line, sends it deep. Around behind the St. Louis goalie, far wall. Preds control. Byron tried to get a shot in front of the net. Nice job by St. Louis to knock that one off of his stick. They're coming up the near wall now. Hutchinson into the neutral zone, and it looks like it may have come in offside.
Big thing right here, Steve, is the Preds can't give up a goal. They got to stay strong. Last game, they didn't give up a goal till
7 minutes about, yeah.
It was at least. So I think there were under 6 minutes to go in the period before the game went up, so they were almost 10 minutes in. Big deal right here. Can't give up a goal early in the game. It's going to kill their confidence if they do.
Cyphers comes out now to center Wagner and Olivas. Wagner had some trouble at the faceoff dot in the first game, so Jordan French trying to mix things up, put Wagner on the wing instead of in the center. I know French was a little disappointed with Wagner's defensive play, so if we put him on the wing, he might be a little more comfortable. St. Louis wins the draw. Big Kid doing some stick handling around our defensive core. Hutchinson is still out there with Matthews. St. Louis now around, wrap around goal. Misselli didn't have the post.
Well, that's exactly what I was talking about. We're 45 seconds exactly into the game. We gave up a goal. We didn't push off hard enough on the post. That goal should never hit. So now we're down one. Let's see how we respond.
Junior Preds let St. Louis walk around behind the goal. Misselli was a little late in jumping over to the post side, or the far side post, I should say. 1-0 St. Louis, 15-15 remaining. Period number one. Joey Simonek comes out to center Ellingson. I'm going to get all these right. And Gowdy. By the way, Dallas kid's name is Kananen, so I'm going to call him Kananen. I had a little trouble distinguishing him from Chicago, whose name now eludes me. Doggone it. Chicago kid is Clancy, Tom Clancy. I got to get that in my head. All right, Junior Preds have it. Joey Simonek in the middle of the ice. He's busting out into the neutral zone. Coming far side, puts a shot. That one on net. St. Louis. Oh, let me get Shane a little louder here. All right. St. Louis trying to mess with my soundboard. I haven't had a wingman in a while. St. Louis into the neutral zone, and what you can see, Bice is out there. Simonek on the far wall takes it away. Nice job by Joey on the wall. Gets it from St. Louis. They do a cross-ice pass, and it looks like, Shane, we're going to have our first penalty of the day.
First penalty of the weekend. First game, we played 3 full periods, no penalty. Preds just draw penalties. St. Louis is going to the box. So we get to see what the Preds power play looks like. We've had a little practice time with it. Don't know what's going to happen here. In years past, the power play's not been good. So hopefully we can win the draw, pull the puck back, get control, set up the floor, and maybe get a couple shots on net. We're going to see what happens. We did win the draw, goes to the D, we put a weak shot out front, but we kept the puck in.
Well,
we did not keep the puck in the zone. Puck goes back out, St. Louis has got the puck, drops it in, Preds recovered. Here we go back up the ice.
Cole Matthews with the puck behind Xander Misselli, taking a look at what's going to materialize in front of him. Ossenmacher and Parker are out with Ben Byron. Matthews loses the puck near the point. It's in the neutral zone, getting batted around back and forth. Ossenmacher comes away with it. Cal crosses the line, and it looks like that went offside.
Oh, well, that's not the start we want, but we haven't given up a shot on net yet. So we're going to change the lines, get everybody out. Same thing, replay. Got to win the draw, win the neutral zone. See if we can get possession and get a restart.
Wagner is out to take this draw. Looks like Nick Cyphers was out for one shift at center. Wagner's in between. Cyphers is still out there. He's on the left wing now. Olivas is on the right wing. It comes to Olivas in the zone, gets it out to Wagner. Wagner bumps it ahead of himself, and he's in a race. Wagner gets the puck, spins it behind the net. Everyone assembling in the front. He's got Clancy in the front. On the blue line, I should say. Clancy D to D. He is with Hutchinson. Hutchinson tried a shot on net. It got knocked down in traffic. Hutchinson gets it onto his stick in the neutral zone, sends it into the St. Louis zone. St. Louis working a breakout down the middle of the ice. Nice pass by the Blues into the center of the ice, but that gets picked off. No, that's Kananen. I'm sorry. That's not. Well, maybe that is Clancy. No, that's Kananen. Kananen now at the puck. Far side, up to Wagner. Wagner, nice little move around one of the Blues defensemen. He and Olivas are off to the races. Cypher's already there on the blue line waiting, and they're in the zone. St. Louis whips it down. Somehow they got it on their puck, and they've got a one-on Xander breakaway. Misselli with a nice glove. That was a bit of a breakdown at the blue line, Shane.
Yeah, a bit of one. I mean, we're on a power play, and the only team with a shot on net are the Blues. So it's not exactly what we're looking for. We're changing lines again. We're going to come back out, try it again. Got to win the draw.
Garrett Parker going to take the draw to Xander Misselli's left, right in front of Shane and I. He's got Cyphers out with him and Assemacher. So Cyphers, Assemacher, Hutchinson is on the blue line. I can't tell who he's with. No, that's not Cyphers. I'm sorry, that's Cyphers' brother's jersey that Kananen has on. Kananen is on the blue line. I'm going to guess it's Ben Byron with Parker and Assemacher. St. Louis whistles one from the near point. That Misselli gloves down again. St. Louis controlling us shorthanded.
Yep, got to get control of the puck. We're having a hard time getting out of our own zone. Even when we do win the face-off, it's too much time to move the puck D to D to get it out. We got to pick up the pace on the puck movement.
Bice and Matthews come out on the blue line. They're going to join the Parker line. Assemacher. Parker won the draw. Assemacher had it for a second, got put on his face right on the ice. Matthews skates over. Far wall gets decked. The penalty's over. Teams are 5 aside. Assemacher has the puck. Far side. One of the Blues got in his way trying to hustle off the ice. That could have been a too-many-men call because his replacement had already jumped over the board. No call. We're playing on. St. Louis controlling. Breaking it out of their zone, far wall into the neutral zone. Matthews about to engage. St. Louis, nice pass to the middle, broken up by Matthew Bice. Now a battle on the near corner. St. Louis turns behind Xander Misselli, sends it far side. Cole Matthews is engaging. Bice patrolling the area in front of Misselli, lifting the stick of the kid in the center. Nice job by Bice to not give up a back door. St. Louis feasted on that back door in the first game. Misselli with a save. Matthews gets the rebound. St. Louis takes it away from him. They just walk into the slot and put one off the crossbar. That was a dangerous play, Shane.
Man, there's too much stick handling in our own zone. We get control of the puck. When we stick handle, we have got to move the puck. There's just way too much thought process going into everything that we're doing. We got to gain control, move the puck, stop thinking about it, and just play hockey.
Joey Simonek coming out to take the draw. He's out with Ellingson and Nolan Gowdy. Ellingson, Gowdy, and Simonek are out. Hutchinson and Clancy are on the blue line. St. Louis rears back, shoots one wide. Another shot to the middle of the ice. Nice job by Hutchinson to break that one up. Simonek engaging on the far half wall. St. Louis doing some stick handling. Kananen takes care of him. Hutchinson comes out with the puck, sends it up the middle. That was not an advisable pass. St. Louis all over that one. Simonek now having to get back and do some back checking. That was an obvious trip. There we go. The penalty was called.
Through another one, so we're going on the power play again. We've got to try to get control of the puck, get into the zone. We've got 2 opportunities now. We're sending St. Louis to the box again. We've got to get on the face-off circle, win the draw, get the puck into the zone, and actually set the floor up and try to get some legitimate chances on net.
Ellingson drew that penalty. He took the puck and started going. St. Louis had their stick in his skates. He hits the ice. They hit the box. 11:20 remaining. Period number 1. Junior Preds down 1-0 on their second power play in a row. Misselli stops the puck. Junior Preds going to have a 5-on-3 advantage as soon as St. Louis touches. St. Louis now gives it up. Oh, well, Cyphers break it into the zone. He's got Wagner in front. He's got Olivas trailing. Wagner tried the shot. St. Louis's goalie was right there to stop. St. Louis touches, and we've got a 2-man advantage.
Yeah, it was a good chance, but you got to get the puck up there just as fast as you can to get that 5-on-3. So we're going to have, a minute 40 of a 5-on-3. So we had a good chance. We got a whip on the puck, but this is a 5-on-3. This is as good an opportunity as we're going to get to put a puck in the back of the net. Starts with the face-off. We've got to win the ball, get into the zone, and just set the ball. I'm being way too serious for as much as I've had to do.
Power play unit is on still. Parker comes out to center Wagner and Olivas. We've got Kananen and Bice on the blue line, and we'll see what they can do. Face-off coming to the St. Louis goaltenders right deep in their zone. The puck drops. Junior Preds win the draw. Matthew Bice, far point, takes a look, D to Kananen. Kananen takes a look, goes up to the near half wall. Skated around, Wagner to Kananen. I'm sorry, that's Parker. Parker to Kananen to Parker. Parker to the front. He had Olivas up there. Olivas and Wagner are both on the posts. Kananen now getting it to the middle of the ice, getting it to Bice. Bice whistles one wide. Olivas was going for the tip. Parker's got it on the near point. Parker, cross ice to Wagner, up to Bice. Bice to Kananen, bad pass. Kananen was going to try to one time. That couldn't do it, gets it to Parker. Parker into the slot. Gets it to Canaan, back to Parker. Parker controlling the puck. Junior Preds working the perimeter very well. Wagner tried to slide it into Olivas. Olivas got doubled over and decked in front of the net. St. Louis has some big boys, and their goalie is among them. Wagner now, far half wall. Gets it across to Parker. Parker goes for the corner, and I think the goalie got a piece of that, Shane. Knocked it up.
Yeah, there's a lot of frustration out there. I think he had a good beat on the net. Goalie caught just a piece of it, said, why are they going to leave this line out? They're moving the puck. So it's pretty quick movement. Looked like they had a decent chance. Big thing is here, got to win the draw again. Got to have the puck.
Who's going to take the draw this time? It's going to be Parker again. Wagner on the left wing, Olivas on the right. Same two on the blue line. Canaan on the left, Bice on the right. Wagner to Canaan. Canaan strolls to the middle of the ice, fakes a shot back to Wagner. Wagner looks like he didn't expect it, got it back. Oh, he sent it over to Bice. Bice on the far point to Canaan, middle of the ice. Canaan looking over to Bice. Bice takes a shot from the slot. That got hit down in front by one of the big St. Louis kids, and they whistle it around the boards. It comes all the way down for an icing.
Mistakes you can't make right there. You can't, trying to hit a one-timer from over there, lift on the puck. Can't do it. Got to be more solid than that. We won the face-off 2 times. Going to leave the same forward line out. Got to win the draw now 3 times in a row. Get the puck possession back. Set it up again.
Parker taking the draw one more time. The defensemen have been replaced by Matthews and Hutchinson left to right. It comes back to Hutch. Hutch to Matthews. Matthews on the far side, does a little dipsy-do, taking a look, steps up into the slot, gets it deep to Wagner. Wagner to Olivas in the front. Olivas, Olivas got it to Wagner. I think Olivas was trying for the near post. Couldn't get it there. Wagner has a battle on his hands. Parker bails him out. Parker trying to pull the puck out of there. That's Wagner. I'm sorry, Wagner and Parker. They look alike from here, Shane. Wagner out to Hutchinson. Hutchinson way across to Matthews. One of the St. Louis penalties has expired. Matthews put it toward the front. The goaltender gloved it out of the air. We've got a one-man power play for another 16 seconds.
Well, we've had more shots on net than we had in the last game.
Literally.
So it's an upside. So, we got 3 face-off wins in a row. We got control of the puck. We did move the puck well. We got some shots on net. Good glove save by the goalie. Got to turn around and do it again. Here we go, new line.
Joey Simonek line is out. Ellingson and Gowdy are out with him. Matthews skates the puck to the middle of the ice. St. Louis, I didn't see how they got it away from us, but they did. 5 seconds left in the penalty, 9 minutes left in period number 1, and there's a battle. Penalty over teams 5 aside. Cole Matthews battling. Looks like we can't hear Shane very well. Not sure what's going on with Mr. Parker's mic. We'll try sending him over to another one of the slots that we've got. We'll see if that one works better. All right, all the way down the ice again into the St. Louis zone. Everyone giving chase. Junior Preds going for a change. Simonek has that one 5-hole him. St. Louis picks it up, and they're coming in fast, but Matthew Bice, nice job getting his body between the offensive player and the puck. Separate a kid from puck. They send it through the middle, and no one really moved. All the Preds stood there and watched for a second. Clancy finally gets it out to Ossenmacher, who got it out of the zone. Bice skates it in all by himself. Bice gets it taken away. Got ridden out of the play by St. Louis. He was a man on an island. Junior Preds may have been going for a change. I wasn't watching the bench. Gowdy is still out there. So is Bice. Bice to Gowdy. Gowdy near a wall. Gowdy just gets mauled into the wall. No call. Clean hit. Here comes St. Louis on the counterpunch. Through the neutral zone. Clancy might have just tripped the kid. No call. Clancy was ducking out of the way. Might have gotten the kid with his skate, but no call. We're playing on. On the near half wall. St. Louis looking. Gets it to Tarasenko. Tarasenko on the far side. Moves it to the far half wall. Into the slot. Junior Preds giving him all kinds of real estate. He got it in on Maselli, who gave 1 rebound. They had a second shot. Got it to Bice, who gave it to the point man. St. Louis put that one in well wide. St. Louis is getting to the puck a good 10 or 12 feet ahead of when any of the Junior Preds even move. St. Louis, man, they ricocheted one off of their own player. Look at how much time and space their players have in the offensive zone. The ref, what's going on? What was the call?
We got a cross-check. Got a cross-check. Don't know who it is yet. I think St. Louis is going to the box again. Yep, here it goes.
St. Louis to the box for the 3rd time in a row.
So, I guess the upside here
is we gave up a goal, shortened the game. We're down 1. They haven't quit. Still fighting. We're 7 minutes in. Still playing hockey. We're going on our 3rd power play opportunity. See if we can get some more shots on net.
I think you're good.
Am I good?
I think, well, I was trying to be surreptitious about that. All right, Dylan Wagner is going to center this power play. 7:11 remaining. The doors are always open, and hopefully so is the St. Louis net.
I hate it, Steve. I've made so many outstanding comments that haven't been heard at this point. I feel.
Go for it. Tell me. How do you feel, Shane?
I don't know.
You've made some dandy remarks. All right, St. Louis finally assembles their troops. Junior Preds, 2-minute power play, cross-check in the offensive zone, and we needed to get that line off. Out to Cyphers. Wagner, Cyphers, and Olivas are up front. We got Hutchinson and Kananen on the blue line. Olivas keeps the puck in the zone. Nice job by Olivas. Gets it smacked off his stick. Wagner's right there. Wagner controlling the puck. Dancing, looking, gets it to Hutch. Hutchinson toward the net. Nobody home. St. Louis took one in the chest, knocked it to the far wall, and out of the zone it comes.
Going to be an icing?
I guess they're calling icing, even short-handed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, they started it last year, youth hockey. Icing, even on the penalty kill, doesn't matter. So we're going to get another draw in the offensive zone. Back to the drawing board. Got to win the draw, get it back, maintain possession.
Same 5 kids on the ice, 6:41 remaining, period number 1. St. Louis nursing a 1-0 lead, and they've been in the box for most of this first period, at least the last 6-8 minutes. To the point it comes. Hutchinson to Kananen. Kananen skates to the center of the ice, takes a look. They give him room, so he put it toward the net. Hit a lot of traffic. Wagner back to get the puck. Nice rebound by Wagner. Wagner to Hutchinson. Hutchinson to the middle of the ice, gets it to Kananen. Hot pass, Kananen able to handle it. Olivas trying to put some traffic in front of the goaltender. Olivas is in the land of the trees, though. Kananen gave it away, and St. Louis coming hot. Kananen on the back check. This is bad. St. Louis into... How did Maselli miss that? That literally looked like it went through Xander.
I had no idea that went in the back of the net. I thought it was right in his chest, so I don't know what happened.
Well, that play started to deteriorate. Kananen had the puck and basically handed to one of the St. Louis Blues on the dead run coming toward Maselli. Kananen was able to make the back check and recover, but Tarasenko coming down the near wall was hit with a pass one-on-one with Maselli. Looked like Maselli had the angle and the block, and somehow St. Louis takes a 2-0 lead.
Well, we're down 2. We still got a minute on the power play. We got to get a goal. We got to get some confidence in these kids. Make them feel like that they're capable. That's a big deal.
Junior Preds down 2-0. The game is still within reach. Junior Preds playing a much better game. St. Louis has been helping them out by going to the box. 6 minutes left in the period, 51 seconds remaining in the power play, and it looks like something happened down there.
Yeah, we iced the puck. Threw the puck in the zone this side of the center ice, so we're back down in our own zone taking a face-off.
Garrett Parker going to take the face-off. He's got Ossenmacher and Byron out with him. Matthews and Bice on the blue line. Near side to Xander Maselli's left. St. Louis marched right through, knocked Bice off the puck and took it away from him. Bice gets it back, though. Nice pinch by Parker. Bice up the near wall. Finds Ben Byron. I thought Byron got a stick on that. Maybe he didn't.
Nope, we got another icing. We got control of the puck, threw it all the way down the ice. Our passing game just... I can't say it live on the air.
YouTube will get us kicked off there.
It's bad.
Same arrangement. Garrett Parker going to take the draw to Maselli's left. He's still got Ossenmacher and Byron with him. Matthews and Bice on the blue line. Matthews guarding Maselli. Bice right in front of us. The puck drops. Parker wins another one. Cole Matthews behind Maselli. Maselli trying to run interference. Matthews up the wall to Ossenmacher. Ossenmacher takes off. Parker trailing. Ossenmacher gets it slapped off his stick, regains control, and sends it behind the net. St. Louis tries to whip it up the near side. That took a weird bounce off the wall. Comes to the point. Bice can't handle the puck off the wall, and St. Louis is going to get a scoring chance. Not if Cole Matthews has anything to say about it. Matthews with a nice defensive play, and the Junior Preds on the counterpunch. Ossenmacher trying to build a wall and keep St. Louis away from the puck. Parker got a shot on net, and another one. Rebound. Someone on the far post. Might have been Matthews. It was Byron. Put a secondary shot in. St. Louis's goaltender. That's the first time his adrenaline has spiked in 2 games. Nice forecheck pressure by the Preds. St. Louis comes in offside. Literally only 2 kids on the ice, and they came in offside, Shane.
Offside on the Blues. That's 5 face-off wins in a row for Parker. So he's starting to find his stride in the face-off circle. Big deal. Get control of the puck right off the drop. Let's see if we can do it again. Get control. Power play's over. We're back to even strength. Let's just settle down. Play a hockey game.
Under 5 minutes to go. Wagner is out with Olivas and Cyphers. Olivas gets the puck to Cyphers. Nice pass. Cyphers. Nice pass to Wagner. Wagner kicked the puck off his own stick, but he got it back. Wagner still. Far half wall. Wagner stick handling through their entire team. Can't do it. St. Louis had it for a second. It got kept in. Nice play by Clancy to keep it in. Then he gives it up. St. Louis having a little trouble in the neutral zone. Wagner throws the puck into Cyphers. Skates. Cyphers was able to kick it forward, but St. Louis picked up the loose puck. St. Louis up the wall. Kananen knocks it down. Tries to skate back into it. St. Louis still has it on that far wall. Kananen taking on kids twice his size, doing a great job with it. Wagner comes barreling to the front of the net, and a shot on goal by Cyphers. Wagner gets the rebound behind the net. St. Louis just trying to desperately throw it out, and they did. That had some hang time.
Yeah, I tell you what, Steve. I know we were down 2 goals, 3:59 to go in the period, but we're playing better hockey than we did in the first game. They look a little more confident. They're trying to get in there, win battles, win board battles, win puck battles. They're showing a little more effort, and they're playing a little bit better hockey. Our passing game's still not where it needs to be, but it's getting better.
Better indeed. Face off deep in the St. Louis zone. Simonek is going to take it. He's got Ellenson and Gowdy with him. Gowdy battling on the far half wall. St. Louis trying to shovel it behind their goaltender. Sends it to the near wall. St. Louis tips it out of their zone, trying to grab it in the neutral zone. Cole Matthews comes through, is able to disrupt the play. Hutchinson has it. Ellenson trying to get all the Jets moving in the same direction. Here comes Hutch down the middle. Hutchinson, looking like Gretzky, gets the puck knocked off his stick. It goes to the far wall where St. Louis picks it up. They're coming in on Simonek. Simonek, cross-ice pass. It went through Matthews. St. Louis picks it up in the neutral zone. They stay onside. They're going to get a shot. Matthews gave that kid all the time and space he needed. Man, Cole just kept backing up, Shane.
Man, we're just making some just fundamental mistakes that just can't happen, and it's costing us goals. I hate it because the kids they're trying. They're playing harder hockey, playing better hockey, and fundamental mistakes are costing us goals. We're down 3 now in the first period, and it's off fundamental mistakes. We got to tighten up the game.
Parker to take the draw, wins another draw. Kananen has the puck far wall. That gets bumped past right to St. Louis. Junior Preds now not looking before they pass again. We've got control, though. Bice sends a bank pass up. Ossenmacher waved at it. Looks like Ben Byron took control. Byron had the puck. He basically had his pocket picked. Byron was winding up for the shot. When he did, the puck wasn't there anymore. Remains in the St. Louis zone. St. Louis picks up the near puck, brings it up the wall. Cross-ice pass into the neutral zone. Everybody hangs on the line to stay onside. Kananen drives his man wide, and the man is much larger than him. Kananen is going to get a slashing call here, I think. St. Louis just took one in the ear hole, but is that a slash, Shane?
Yeah, and be honest, compared to the first game we just played where there was no penalty called, that's a weak call by the official. That's a slash across the shin guards, not across the hands. That's a weak call.
Junior Preds going to the box for the first time this weekend. 2:42 remaining. Period number 1. St. Louis with a 3-0 lead. It's a shame, Shane, because this might be 4-0 at the end of the first, but a very different game than the 4-0 first period this morning.
Yeah, it is, no question. I mean, this morning we gave up 4, but it was bang, 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 bang. This time we've played much better hockey. We're playing much stronger game. That's a weak call. We're on a penalty kill now, but it's okay. It's an opening weekend. We're playing games here. It's the first time we've been on the ice this year. We're playing a really good team. It's a good test for the Junior Preds, and it's going to teach them some lessons right here off the bat. First 3 games.
Back to live action. Wagner taking the face off in the Junior Pred zone. St. Louis wins the draw. Tip right in front of Maselli. Not a lot of pace on it, but Maselli had some trouble with it. Olivas having some trouble on the wall. Wagner doing all he can to knock the puck down. St. Louis, that was Tarasenko, got a shot on Maselli, who knocked it down and covered. We have another stoppage in play.
Yep, here we go. Still, they're getting shots on net, but that's all right. We're on a penalty kill. See what happens here. Neither one to draw.
Wagner, Olivas, Bison, Matthews are out. Draw coming to Maselli's left. Referee drops it. St. Louis wins another one. Wagner struggling at the face-off circle today. St. Louis, man, Maselli, that wasn't all Maselli's fault, though. St. Louis tipped it right in front of him, but it looked like the puck kind of landed in Maselli's elbow and then just kind of fell off into the net.
Yeah, so we're down 4 in the first period again, and I hate it for the kids. They're playing better hockey. We're down 4. I don't know. I don't know if that was a redirect. They got a tip there or not.
They did
okay.
tip it.
Well, it's in the back of the net. I mean, that's the short of it. So you got to keep playing hockey. You got to keep battling. Keep your attitude right.
Simonek wins a draw, brings it back to Hutchinson. St. Louis is going back to the box. The referees, they seem to have found their whistle, Shane.
Well, I think in the first game you had an entire game with no penalties, and in this game the refs don't feel like they're doing the job unless they're blowing their whistles. I don't think it's I don't know if it's the same group of refs or not, but they're a little enamored with themselves right now.
Tripping is the call. So St. Louis goes to the box. The Junior Pred penalty is still on the board, even though it was eliminated with the goal. So the Junior Preds for the next 2 minutes, and there are 2:08 remaining in the period. So basically, for the rest of the period, the Preds will be up a man unless they score. Parker is out, and he's going to center Ossenmacher. I'm just going to guess Ben Byron is out with them. I can't see his number. We've got Clancy and Hutchinson on the blue line, and the referee is having a conversation at the dot. What could be discussed?
I think they're talking about where to eat after the game, but I'm not 100% sure.
The referee is staring at the puck like it's a strange and mystical thing. It's a talisman. Referee backing up now, asking the boys what he's supposed to do exactly. And your kid is at the dot, Shane. I'm sure he's being very accommodating with helping the ref.
Oh, he is. He's the nicest kid you ever want to meet. He never has a bad thing to say, and he's just a sweetheart all around.
Oh, they call him the Care Bear, Garrett Parker. Care Gare, that's what they call him.
It's not what they call him at my house, but all right.
Referees are still confused. They're like Chicken Little. One of them in the head, and they're going to stare at the sky because the gods must be crazy. All right, finally drop the puck. Parker, nice job, like a sumo wrestler, using that big old backyard of his to protect the puck. Junior Preds control it. To Clancy, middle of the ice. Clancy, in the pass, he fell down. Hutchinson somehow lost the puck. It was a nice pass by Clancy. We're going to try it again. Clancy almost gave it away. Junior Preds seem like they don't want to get the puck out of their own zone. Clancy was quarterbacking that mess. Here they come into the St. Louis zone. Ossenmacher took on 3 kids that were all bigger than him, and the result was not good. St. Louis shorthanded. Nice job by Matthews to direct that shot high. Matthews having to make a play even though we are a man up. Into the neutral zone comes Matthews. Matthews puts a shot on net from the blue line. That gets a stoppage. Maybe we'll get some new legs on the ice.
Well, I still say we got more shots on net in this game right here going into the second period, or going at the end of the first period than we had the entire game in the last period. So there's part of that's called the penalty calls. But it's okay. We'll take it. I mean, we need shots on net, and that's one thing these boys got to understand. We've got too many stick handles trying to make that extra stick handle get to the net. Just shoot the puck. Let's see if the goalie. Let's put it to work.
Looks like some of the delay that was happening was there's a bench minor that I think was called on St. Louis because they now have maybe it was a double 2 that they called on the kid, and the referees were explaining it to the benches. So Junior Preds, it looks like, have a 3-minute and 44-second continuing power play. Wagner and Olivas are on the ice with Cyphers up front. St. Louis has the puck, and they're coming up the wall. Olivas falls down even though nobody was near him, and St. Louis was launched into Cole Matthews. Kid lost the puck. Matthews stays with him into the corner. Junior Preds have control. Wagner comes out with it. Bice is going with him and Olivas. Wagner near side, breaks into the zone. What is Wagner doing? Wagner to Olivas. Olivas tried to shuffle a pass on. The ref has his arm up again, Shane. Another slash.
We got another penalty call. I don't know who it's on. I have no idea but it looks to me like it's St. Louis again.
Wagner, for all the juking and jiving he was doing, probably drew that penalty. I didn't see it. I don't know who got slashed.
I don't know, but we're going to have 2 minutes. I still don't know what the double minors for when it was a trip, unless there was some mouthing going on to the official after the penalty. But we're going to have 2 minutes of a 5-on-3. We got 43 seconds left in this period, so we're going to get another opportunity. We can't say we haven't had opportunities in this game. Why is Cyphers laughing at me? She's walking past. She's laughing at me. I don't.
No, Shane. She's laughing at a joke.
No, she's laughing at me. She pointed at me.
Maybe she was giggling in delight.
No, it was a sarcasm kind of thing. I'm going to have to talk to Jeff.
All right. Parker, Olivas, and Wagner. And the nice thing is if they can do a 43-second shift, they'll get about a 2-minute rest and be able to start the second period as well. This can be a nice long shift for their power play unit. If they score quickly, they'll still have a man advantage even though the puck goes in the back of the net. To Olivas into the zone. Center of the ice, Olivas. Nice pass to Wagner. Wagner takes it to the front of the net, puts a little backhand off the goalie. It goes behind the net, and there's a scrum. St. Louis trying to whip it down, and they do. Looks like icing is going to be called. Bice might have had a shot at that. The ref disagrees. Why did they wave off icing now?
Somebody sort of kind of touched the puck, and we're shooting the puck.
That was a horrible angle. Pred's 2-man advantage. Bice might have looked up at the game clock and realized he had to get rid of it pretty quick.
Well, here we go, and I'll give you one guess as to who's involved in the scrum. Just go ahead, take a guess. I dare you. Take a guess.
Wagner,
no,
Matthews, Bice. Who else was out there? I don't even know. Was it Parker? Junior Preds, as with game number 1, take a 4-0 deficit into period number 2, but this game has been way more entertaining than game 1.
Yeah, I'm sort of kind of having fun.
What?
I'm sort of kind of having fun.
Kim Cyphers was sure laughing as she went by.
Yeah, but she was laughing at me. That's not fun. I wasn't having fun then.
So the Junior Preds for a minute 16 are going to have a 2-man advantage, and if they score within that minute 16, they'll have over a minute of continuation power play.
Man, I can't tell you. All joking aside, a goal for the Preds is a big deal. It is a big deal mentally. They need a goal to make them feel like they can compete. A goal changes their whole mindset. It'll change the way they play the game. I know they're down 4-0 in the end of the first period. That's fine. It's not a big deal. They're playing better hockey. They need to put a puck in the back of the net to make themselves feel like they're capable. It'll change their mindset.
Junior Preds will presumably come back with their power play line, who get this rest at the period break. So we should get another full shift of Wagner, Parker, Olivas up front, and we'll see who gets the blue line assignment. I'm guessing Matthews and Bice. Parker is out with, Ossenmacher is out with Olivas and Hutch. The Junior Preds have a lot of kids. Wait, Parker's going to the box.
He weighs, 46 pounds with a freaking bag of gravel in his hand, and he's going to the box for knocking over a kid that weighs 200 pounds. I don't know. Well, I need Xanax.
They are offsetting as St. Louis sends the third kid into the box, so St. Louis's penalty box is getting a little crowded. The referee's kicking out their coach. The referee is kicking the St. Louis coach off the bench and out of the rink area. St. Louis coaching staff getting a little heated at all the penalties being called on blue.
Well, I'm thinking what's happened is the Blues got way too much attention for being really good in the first game, and the officials are a little bit jealous right now.
Jealousy among officials, a big problem in the NHL, and it trickles down to youth hockey. When the dust settles, because, here goes another kid to the box, St. Louis might as well just move their whole address to the penalty box as they have 4 kids in the box, this one serving a bench minor for the coach.
I guarantee you there's not enough seats over there right now. They're sitting on laps. So this is going to look like an NHL scrum at the end of a game. This is actually a big disadvantage to the Junior Preds because the Blues have, the city of St. Louis on the bench, and the Preds have Smallville.
Oh,
so,
yeah. No,
you know, it's not good.
Friday night Tykes on ice. I'm sure Parker might be sharing his bench with one of the Blues over there in the penalty
Well, he
area.
might, but I can guarantee you this. There's a conversation going over there right now. There may be, you know, no complete sentences and a whole lot of adjectives, but there's some kind of conversation going on.
All right, the referees are over with the scorekeeper trying to get all of the penalties arranged on the scorecard. Referee pointing to the locker room, I guess indicating that the coach got removed.
I don't know. Yeah.
Both referees are rather animated over at the scorer's table. Coach French has called his kids back to the bench to coach them up a little.
Yeah. I can see Wes McCauley from here with the hand signals.
Some of our listeners out there have a lot of time on their hands, Shane.
Oh, a lot of time and a bottle of bourbon. Guarantee it.
We have some comments coming in through text message that I can't tell if they're being kind.
Yeah, no shortage of that in Nashville. Kindness,
All right.
that is.
Wagner is going to take the draw. He replaces Parker, who got in a fight at the end of the period. Olivas is out with Wagner. It's still 5-on-3 junior Preds. There are 27 27 kids for St. Louis in the box, and I'm not sure if the Preds are going to be able to take advantage of any of them, but they got to score. Wagner, Asemacher, and Olivas up front. Oh man, Hutchinson. Wagner to Hutchinson. It's sort of 5-hold him. He didn't get anything. Skater stick on it. He's got to come back into his zone to get it. Now a bad pass. Hutchinson threw that one away. He's having a rough shift, 5-on-3. St. Louis has all the momentum, gets past Matthews. St. Louis controlling the puck behind Maselli, gets around Matthews again. Bice trying to bail out his defensive partner, Hutchinson, finally does, sends it up to Wagner. Wagner into the zone. Olivas and Asemacher waiting back on the blue line. Wagner gets it to the point. Matthews takes a look, sends it to Hutchinson. Hutchinson has a little trouble with the puck. Back to Matthews. No lane there. Matthews to Wagner. Wagner to St. Louis. Direct tape-to-tape pass to the Blues. They get it through the neutral zone and into our area.
Oh, God.
Wagner had Olivas in the middle of the ice. That's where his pass was intended, but it never made it home. All right, we're going to try this one more time. One of the penalties is a lapse. I don't know if a kid technically comes out of the box or not. It looks like for the time being we're still 5-on-3. Asemacher battling behind the St. Louis net, gets it to Matthews, didn't even look at the net, got it to Hutchinson. Hutchinson threw it away. Matthews had to go get it. Matthews into the slot, gets it back to Hutch. Hutch finally puts it on. Goaltender had to make a nice save on that one. Ricochets back to Matthews. Matthews, Asemacher. Asemacher bobbled it, fell down. St. Louis has the puck. They send it back.
Well, we got a 5-on-3 here, and we got no traffic in front of the net. We've had multiple opportunities to shoot the puck, but everybody's on the perimeter. We got no traffic in front of the net, and now we got a throwaway pass.
Man, Cole Matthews gave it away again. St. Louis sends it all the way down. Almost picked up the loose puck then. Up the wall it comes. All right, who's got that one? It is Simonek. Simonek looking to the point. Bice gets there. Bice takes a look. D to D over to Matthews. Matthews at the net, looks at the net, gets it to Cyphers. Cyphers on the far half wall. Takes a look, working the perimeter. Ben Byron in front, Simonek in front of us. Looked like he could have taken the shot, but passed it instead to Matthews. Matthews back to Bice. Bice one time, didn't get all of that one. It was wide and it was kind of dying. St. Louis sends it out. One of the kids comes out of the box for St. Louis. Preds with a 35-minute man advantage to Cyphers, far half wall. Cyphers quarterbacking, taking a look. Sends it off the derriere of Ben Byron. It ricochets to the far corner. Byron scampers over and picks it up. Ben Byron circling to the front, gets it to Bice. Bice on the near point, has a kid all over him. Oh, Bice took himself out of the play. St. Louis might get a scoring chance out of this. Now St. Louis backs up. St. Louis backed off to go for the change. Bice got mauled. Actually was his own worst enemy for part of it. Almost gave away a 2-on-0. When Bice gave the puck away, he went down to his knees instead of back check. St. Louis put one off. I think it went off the post. Last penalty is over. We have a 5-on-5, and St. Louis has some fire in their eyes. This game might get a little rougher as St. Louis, trying to avenge their fallen coach. Junior Preds can't get it out of their zone, are giving it away left and right. St. Louis is skating with some passion. They were drifting around for a while. Junior Preds finally iced the puck, and they're going for a change.
Man, we had way too many opportunities there. Yeah, St. Louis is skating harder right now. It looks like, well, I don't know which suburb just came out of the penalty box, but half of somebody. There are a lot of people that came out of there.
The local 634 Ironworkers just came out of St. Louis's box. All right, everyone is out of the box. Parker came out too, so at least he's back on the bench. Olivas and Wagner are out. St. Louis right in front of Maselli, and they score again. Boy, that top line has given up more goals today, and I can't tell why. They're taking on St. Louis's top line, but there's some breakdown defensively, Shane.
Well, there's a breakdown every day. There's constantly either somebody on the back door or somebody in the slot wide open. So we got a winger not doing their job somewhere. Haven't pinpointed who it is, but we've given up, I don't know how many different goals. A lot. That line has given up a lot of goals. Got to find some kind of correction to that.
St. Louis wins the draw. Brings it down the far wall. Junior Preds, nice job picking it. Give it right to St. Louis, storming through the slot, and somehow, I think, did Maselli get a piece of that one? Where's the draw coming? Maselli had to have gotten a piece of that one. The net comes off. Junior Preds gave it away to a St. Louis kid storming into the slot, and it was a perfect pass, hit him in stride.
Yeah, a lot of breakdowns right now. It's coming from, it's not just the D, it's coming from the forwards that transfers back to the D. Forwards are giving up breakdowns on the defensive side of the puck. D's trying to adjust. They're all over the place. Just a lot of fundamental errors right now.
11:52, just under 12 minutes to go in period number 2. This game has been moving very slowly because of a lot of whistles and another stoppage as Maselli covers the puck. 11:48, Junior Preds find themselves down 5-0. They had a little bit of fight in the first period, but St. Louis, for as discombobulated as they were, they've tightened back up. When the Junior Preds start listing, they topple.
Yeah, Junior Preds have got to tighten it up right here. They got to keep digging, keep fighting.
Here we go. Pass in front of Ben Byron. He was streaking through the neutral zone. Ben Byron on the back check, trying to get it back, peels off. St. Louis coming up the far wall, counter punch. Matthew Bice trying to play catch-up. St. Louis turned on the Jets, outran everybody, but missed the net again. Junior Preds can't control the puck, and now they do. Ben Byron into the zone. It looked like a wicked shot. He didn't get all of it, though. It kind of trickled past the goal. Now the Junior Preds. Matthew Bice comes out hitting. Junior Preds are going to get a little physical in return. Nice passing by St. Louis. They're able to break it out. Who is that? Man, that was Kananen. Just took a kid off of his feet to get him out of the play. Kananen with a nice defensive play.
That's a big deal, Steve. Preds have got to tighten up and play some physical hockey. St. Louis is big, but you can come in and get pushed around. Big deal right now. They got to tighten up on the physical side of the puck, play a little harder, play a little more aggressive, play some D right now as the puck's coming back into the zone.
Kananen rides his kid wide. He sends it back to the front. St. Louis missed it wide, and there's a big race for the loose puck. St. Louis won it. St. Louis working behind Maselli, try to send it up to the slot. It doesn't get there. A lot of traffic. Now it bounces past the defenseman all the way into the St. Louis zone. St. Louis scampers back. Nolan Gowdy all over him. St. Louis, little drop pass as they cycle the puck back behind their goaltender, bringing it up the near wall. Here comes St. Louis into the zone. Junior Preds defenseman collapsing on him. St. Louis, nice little stick handle move. Got some freed up time and space. Missed the net wide. Another shot goes wide from the slot. Junior Preds in the near corner. Smash a couple kids into the wall. St. Louis maintains control of the puck. Their passing game is pretty spot on. St. Louis swung over the top of that puck. Did Maselli miss that? No, he's got it.
Yeah.
No goal. Looked like Maselli had that one underneath him, and then he dove backwards to get a phantom puck.
Yeah, that's a no-goal. I mean, we didn't give it one up. But big deal here. Preds need to really step up and play some physical hockey. I mean, I know St. Louis is big. I know they can play physical, but when you play physical back on a team, it makes them play the game a different way. They don't just get all the time and space that they want. Preds got to pick up the jump, the intensity, get in somebody's face, make them play a little more grind-nose hockey.
Olivas and Wagner are out with Cyphers. Draw deep in the junior Pred zone. Olivas giving chase on the far corner. Nice job by Olivas. Sent it out to the near point man, though. Olivas picked it again. Olivas center of the ice to Wagner. Wagner couldn't receive the pass. I'm sorry, that's Cyphers. Man, Olivas put it on his stick. Cyphers gave it up. Junior Preds now get it back. Throw it past Cyphers. Cyphers is going to win the race. Cyphers, come on, man. St. Louis sent one of their big guys across the middle to pick that one before Cyphers could get there. Wagner's got it. Sends it deep. Dump and chase hockey. The Blues goaltender comes out to stop that puck. Wagner gets it back for all of his efforts. Cyphers to the front. Little backhander off the St. Louis goaltender. Cyphers and Olivas whacking at it. St. Louis's goalie puts a bare paw on it for a stoppage.
Yeah, we got more shots on that shift than we got the first game.
Nice job by Wagner and Cyphers to keep control of the puck and put a few off the goal. That kid at least break a sweat.
Yep, got to make the goalie work a little bit. I mean, you don't have any idea if these goalies can stop a shot or not. We got seven shots on net in the first game. We've got considerably more than that already. Get some shots on the goalie, get them low, get some rebounds. Let's see if we can jam something back in. Just get a goal, get back in the game, feel good about it.
St. Louis goaltender has worked half of the crossword puzzle in Sky Mall magazine. Actually had to put it down and play. St. Louis now breaking into the junior Pred zone. Avoids one pinch. Cole Matthews behind the net. Looks like St. Louis got there before Matthews did, and he's in a battle. St. Louis just muscled their way right through Matthews and somebody else. I'm not sure who else is there. Put a shot wide. Now in the near corner. Kananen all over that kid. Kananen's had a good game, Shane.
Yeah, he's playing good hockey.
St. Louis to the front. Looks like Matthews lost sight of that one. St. Louis still working it around, cycling in front of Maselli. Good pinch there by Parker. Here comes the junior Preds, 2-on-2 into the zone. Ossenmacher has Matthews going to the net. Ossenmacher tried to put it off Matthews' stick. That one just missed. Ben Byron looked like he had the puck, but he stopped skating. St. Louis on the counterpunch. They're going one on Maselli, and Maselli rises to the challenge. Keeps the puck out of the net. Junior Preds battling near half wall. St. Louis gets their feet wrapped up with somebody down there. Looks like it was Kananen. That kid is all over the place in this game. Comes to the front of the net. Matthews, little dipsy-do, pushes the kid out of the way. Here we come. Junior Preds just iced the puck. I don't know who that was, but if he would have taken one more step, he'd have crossed the red line, and icing would not have been the call, but the draw coming all the way back into the junior Pred zone.
Yep, there's still a little bit too much anxiety on the team. I mean, throwing the puck in the zone when you're a foot away from the center line, just take another step, put it in, got no offsides, now we're back in the zone, dealing with a face-off.
7:49 remaining, period 2. St. Louis has only gotten one this period. Junior Preds have actually tightened up a bit. There's a lot of falling going on between both teams. I'm not sure who's out there. Clancy, I see. Looks like it might be Simonek, Ellingson, and Gowdy out for the forward positions. St. Louis, Slappy from the point. Man, nice one-timer. I thought he had the net. Maselli was on his back, legs and feet up in the air like a dog sleeping. Either he got a piece of it or St. Louis missed. They still have control of the puck, though, working the perimeter near side from the half wall into the slot. Kid turns around, changes his mind. Dumps it deep. Maselli's right-hand side from behind the net. St. Louis taking a look, get engaged by, I think that was Simonek that's got the kid. Now another dipsy-do. St. Louis, again, playing keep away from us. Junior Preds look like the little brother trying to get their hat back. St. Louis just going back and forth. We finally intercept and then give it immediately away. Simonek took the puck and passed it right to the point man, who shot it back behind the net. Junior Preds get control. Little bump out. St. Louis grabs it in the neutral zone. The line is just a little slow to the puck as St. Louis is quick. St. Louis has come with some fire in their eyes since all the penalties were called. Big collision behind Maselli. Both the Pred and the Blue went down on that one. Ellingson on the wall. Nice little bump pass out. Who is that?
That's Wagner.
Wagner coming out. Oh, man, I don't know if Wagner was passing it to Gowdy or if that was a shot, but a nice play by the Blues defenseman to disrupt his rhythm.
Yep, I think we got another penalty call. Blues are going to the box again. Got him beat on the outside. Wagner got a shot off. A little deflection there, but we're just getting some pressure on the puck. Just keep plugging away. That's a call.
I didn't see the indication. Well, it might come here. The scorekeeper doesn't know what it was either. He poked his head out of the box to ask the ref what is going on. Referee having a conversation with him now. 6:20 remaining, period number 2. Junior Preds will have a 2-minute power play, presumably. Wagner and Gowdy were 2-on-1. Wagner came in. Gowdy was open up on the slot on the near side, and Wagner looked a little indecisive, just long enough to get the defenseman in the way and knock his shot/pass down. Referee stopped play because of the penalty, so the face-off coming into the St. Louis zone right in front of us to the goaltender's left. Olivas, Wagner, I'm assuming Parker. No, it's Cyphers. Olivas, Wagner, and Cyphers are out. Wagner going to take the draw. Matthew Bice, Cole Matthews on the blue line. St. Louis wins the draw, sends it high off the glass into the neutral zone. Matthews had that one eat his lunch. St. Louis has the loose puck. Sends it around behind Maselli. Matthews again having some trouble handling the puck. It's been bouncing on him. St. Louis now to the far point. Point man rears back and takes a shot. That hits somebody and they're going to feel it. Olivas gets beat on the wall. Now he gets it out of the zone. Nice little poke by Wagner. Wagner into the zone. Wagner wins the race to the puck and avoids the hit. Nice job by Dillon. St. Louis had a goon coming in on him. Now they've got 2-on-1. Cyphers in to help. Olivas Bird Dog, and St. Louis sends it around behind Maselli to the far point. Matthew Bice is there. Bice held up. Gave St. Louis all the time they needed to get the puck and get it down. Matthews again having all kinds of trouble with the puck and a dangerous move in front of Maselli. Wagner bumped past to Cyphers. Cyphers into the zone, rears back, hits the kid 4 inches in front of him. I don't know what Matthews was doing. He was taking his good-natured time to get back in. I think he was going off for a change, actually. In any case, St. Louis has the puck, sent it in the neutral zone where the Preds pick it off. Parker tags up, gets onside, sends it to the front of the net. Mossenmacher trying to pull the puck away on the forecheck. St. Louis behind their goaltender. Parker giving chase. St. Louis has it on the near half wall, sends it up. Into the neutral zone it goes. More battling for the puck. Kananen hits the ice. He got decked from behind. He's trying to catch up on the back check. St. Louis no longer shorthanded. The penalty is expired. 4:43 remaining. Period number 2. Still 5-0 St. Louis. The Preds with some life breathed into their lungs. St. Louis kid, wow, he just marched all the way around the team through the middle and put one either off Maselli or just wide. Behind the net to the front of the net. He's got a lot of time to shoot. Kananen, no, that was Matthews. Matthews on the back check was able to lift the kid's stick. Shane, did they score?
They scored. It's 6-0 as it was at the end of the second period in the first game, and I have bourbon in the car.
That doesn't help us here, Shane.
No, but
I didn't see the shot or the goal. It couldn't have been anything other than a bang-bang play because it wasn't anything St. Louis set up. All of a sudden, it was just in the net. All right, Parker with a nice pocket pick. Sends it in. Byron had to hold up. He was about to fly in offside. Parker dropped to Ossenmacher. St. Louis picked it off, and they're coming hard on the counterpunch. Into the zone they go. Again, the defenseman just backed up, gave him all the time and space he needed. He put one off of Maselli. Now a battle in the middle of the ice for possession. Ben Byron had it for a second. Drop back pass to nobody. St. Louis picked it up. Here they come up the near wall. Kananen. D-to-D pass to Hutchinson. Hutchinson just iced the puck. Ooh, Shane, that almost didn't make it to the red line.
But he blew the whistle.
All right, 3:42 remaining. Preds ice the puck. Matthews is going to be out with, I can't tell who the other D is. Looks like the Simonek line. I'm going to guess it's Gowdy and Ellenson with him. Matthews is out with somebody. All right, Simonek's line is out. The puck drops. The clock is running. No run clock today, as these are friendlies, not a tournament. The coaches want as much time as they can to evaluate, really to stress their players and see how they respond. St. Louis shot from the point. Whistles wide. Gowdy giving chase onto the wall. St. Louis has it. Nice job by Gowdy to deflect that shot. It goes high over the crossbar. St. Louis picks up the loose puck. Now the Junior Preds trying to rip it away from them. 2-on-2, another penalty call coming. And it's a holding call. I'm not sure who it's on, but I'm guessing it's on St. Louis. It is.
Yeah. I'm going to take a picture of the ref, and I'm going to post it outside the glass here so that everybody can see who's reffing the games. Because hey, look, I'm not a biased guy.
I'm sorry?
No, I'm not a biased guy.
Right.
And there's just, the first game they let him play. Now they're blowing the whistle over everything. Hey, I'm glad to get the penalty. Maybe we get a chance. It helps us out and all that. But they're pretty whistle happy right now.
St. Louis ices the puck. 3:04 remaining. Same line was on the ice. Simonek, Gowdy, and Ellenson on the power play. We've got Kananen and Matthews. Kananen was Matthews' D partner, so the same 5 kids have been out there for a while.
No Kananen. Clancy.
Oh, Clancy is out. Boy, I get those two confused. Clancy and Matthews are out. Joey going to take the face-off right in front of us to the goaltender's left deep in the St. Louis zone. Simonek trying to get the advantage. Wow, Simonek won the draw, but it went to St. Louis. That's too bad. Joey did a nice job timing his whack. All the way across the ice, icing is waved off. St. Louis had a crack at that one. Short-handed now. Matthews, nice pick. Cole Matthews just took the puck away from the kid, and here he goes. Matthews turns on the Jets. Looking down ice. Gowdy skates out of his way, has to hold up at the blue line. Matthews was not going to give up that puck for anything. Brought it all the way down. The goalie poke-checked it away from him. Matthews hit the deck. Now Matthews is going to get it again. Sends it to the... I'm going to guess he was trying to feather that one to Gowdy.
Yeah, Gowdy, he was getting ready to throw down with...
Gowdy came up with a stiff upper lip, and he was going to go.
He was like, I don't know, maybe an inch or so smaller than the guy he was getting ready to square off with right there.
Gowdy was not afraid. All right, Wagner and Olivas are out. Wagner just got decked, and Bice got passed. Man, that was dangerous. Bice, I don't know, why did Bice stop? All right, anyway.
It would have been offsides.
Oh, okay. St. Louis brings it in. Backdoor play they missed. Here come the Junior Preds on the counterpunch. Wagner, full Jets going. Into the middle of the ice. Stick handling. He gave it. Like literally it was a handoff from Tom Brady to Marshawn Lynch. I don't know if they're on the same team, Shane. I don't watch football. Anyway, Wagner gives it away. St. Louis all the way back. Junior Preds are run and gun. I don't think they have the legs to keep up with St. Louis. Wagner into the zone, swung over the top of the puck. St. Louis grabbed it. Wagner is disintegrating here, even though he's got all the energy in the world to push the pace. Into the zone comes Bice. Bice spins. He lives to fight another day, gets it back to Parker. Parker is out now with Cyphers and Olivas. Parker sends one into the goaltender's glove, going for that crossbar. 1:31 remaining, only 17 seconds left, Shane, on the power play.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing.
Oh, no. Sorry, I was going to throw it to you. Parker remains out. Olivas and Cyphers take a seat. We've got Ossenmacher and Byron joining him. Matthews comes back over the wall, and he'll be joined by Hutchinson. 17 seconds left. Junior Preds would like to get a couple of shots on goal. St. Louis wins the draw, sends it to the far point. Matthews has it in the neutral zone. D to D pass. Hutchinson taking a look, skates backwards into the middle of the ice, still letting the forwards assemble. Now comes over to Ossenmacher. Ossenmacher skates it into traffic, gets it to Byron. Nice shot by Ben. Goalie gloves it down.
Yeah, no traffic in front. Got to wait for somebody. They ended up on the last second of the power play right there. Still got to hold up, wait for some kind of traffic to come across the middle. That's an easy save for the goalie.
Penalty has expired. Teams are 5 aside with 1:11 remaining in period 2. Junior Preds find themselves down 6-0, as they did at the end of period 2 in game 1. It's a tale of 2 games despite the similarity in score. Now a battle. The Junior Preds were able to keep it in momentarily. St. Louis into the neutral zone. Here comes Tarasenko. Junior Preds defensemen, it seems like the defense is afraid of St. Louis's speed or something because they don't engage the kids coming down.
Well, I don't know. I mean, St. Louis has got a lot of speed, but we give them way too much gap. They get way too much opportunity to shoot the puck, and these kids are big. They got good shots. Some of these guys are real talented players. But power play's over. We're back to even strength. Got to get back in the game.
Under a minute remaining. Junior Preds win the draw. That's Parker. Parker wins the draw. Looks like Ossenmacher is out with him. St. Louis working the perimeter. Just gets mashed into the wall. Was that Parker that mashed him? St. Louis got it back, though. Now to the front of the net. St. Louis, 2 kids all alone. Maselli rises to the challenge. Xander Maselli able to pick up his D.
I'm telling you, we got to pick up the physical. But we only got 1 or 2 kids playing physical hockey. Got to try to pick up the physical play of the hockey game. Put these guys on the board to win some puck battles. It changes the way they have to play the game.
32 seconds remaining. Face off deep in the Junior Pred zone. St. Louis sent it through the crease. Sander poked it to the far wall. St. Louis spinning in the slot area, now to the near half wall. St. Louis walking it out. Junior Preds try to pick the kid up once again. Is that Clancy? Clancy gave the kid a lot of space, and I thought he might have hit that top corner. I guess not. What happened to the puck?
It went out of play. So puck, maybe, I don't know if it went off the post or if Xander got a piece of it, but went up in the netting and went out of play.
Same ailment as the defensemen, give a lot of space to the forwards for St. Louis. Now the puck squirts out of the zone. Nice little bump pass to Ossenmacher. Ossenmacher on the dead run over to Parker, who tipped it off the goaltender. Bang, bang play. Now in the near corner. 3 seconds left. Junior Pred's got to do something quick, and that'll do it. So at the end of 2, the score remains the same, but the game seems to be at least tipping a little bit in the Preds' favor.
No, it's a better game for the Preds. There's no question. It's the same score at the end of 2 periods, but it's without question a better game for the Preds. Last game, going into the 3rd period, the Preds let down. They gave up 5 goals in the 3rd period. They're playing better hockey this time. I think their confidence is up a little bit. They're not as worried about getting their head taken off by bigger kids, things like that. So they just got to come back out in the 3rd period, realize at this point they don't have anything to lose. They got nothing to prove other than playing a more stable game of hockey for 3 periods. So come out here, play, try to improve on your 2nd period. Right, you gave up 4 in the 1st period. You gave up 2 in the 2nd period. Let's cut it down from there. Let's make the game more competitive, keep it a little bit tighter, and slowly build your confidence up. That's what they got to do right here. That's all they can focus on.
And Jordan French, to his credit, didn't tear the boys apart after game 1. There were some bullet points that they needed to improve upon, and it seems like they've done a better job as a result.
Yeah, he hasn't lost his mind yet, which is still, to me, an incredible feat. Because Jordan's just short of crazy. So it's great. You know, he hasn't went nuts in practice yet. He hasn't went nuts in a game yet. And it's been so long now, I'm kind of missing
it. Junior Preds finally break the huddle. They'll be skating from toward us to away from us. Oh, God. Steve Byron was pressing against the glass like Billy's girlfriend in Midnight Express.
Steve, I didn't see Midnight Express.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a scene that you wouldn't forget if you had.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Wagner, Olivas, and Cyphers are going to begin the 3rd period. Junior Preds skating away from us. St. Louis wins the draw. Bring it in on Kananen. Kananen trying to drive the kid wide, and he does. Matthew Bice picks him up on the near side. Bice all over the kid. No gap this time. Jordan must have told the defense to stay on the kid's hip pocket. Into the middle of the ice, Bice, for all of his effort, gets rewarded with the puck. Nice back check by St. Louis, but Bice out to Wagner. Wagner turns it on. Coming in. He's got Olivas going to the net. Wagner far side takes a look. He's engaged by St. Louis. Olivas, nice little back pass to Kananen, who sends it toward the net. St. Louis picked it off. There was a lot of traffic. Wagner with the loose puck. Wagner to Kananen. Kananen fumbled it for a second. Got it back to Wagner, who got tripped. No call. A battle still on that far half wall. St. Louis finally gets the puck out of their zone. Good forecheck pressure, mostly initiated by Wagner. Around and around and around it goes. Bice runs into a brick wall. Man, St. Louis has some big boys. St. Louis tried a slappy from the near point, didn't get all of it, and it just kind of dribbled into the far corner where Wagner picks it up. Somehow they got it away from him. Cyphers bump pass up to Olivas. Olivas can't get going real quick, and he's engaged immediately. Olivas drops a big shoulder, builds a wall, gets around the kid, can't stick handle around the other kid. Olivas trying to wreak some havoc. Gets it on the far wall. Junior Preds were caught in a change. Hutchinson on the far wall is able to keep it in. Nice job by Hutchinson. St. Louis had him 2-on-1. Here they come on the counter. In and around, Simonek on his knees. Little pass in front of Maselli to Matthews. Matthews to Hutchinson on the far wall. Somehow, Shane, that worked. Hutchinson into the neutral zone and offsides.
Oh, is it just offsides because they haven't got to call a penalty in a minute?
Referee itching to blow the whistle. 14:27 remaining. Junior Preds are combining luck with skill, and they've looked much better for the first minute and a half of this period than they did the last minute and a half of the final, or of the second period. Simonek, Ellenson, and Gowdy are out. St. Louis wins the draw. Gowdy all over that kid. Junior Preds trying to manage the gap much better. Matthews, nice job of getting into the kid's hip pocket again. Matthews has the puck chipped around him, no problem. Hutchinson picks him up on the far side, or on the near side. They send it to the point. I thought that was out, and it was. Gowdy kicks it out of the zone, gets shoved out of the play. St. Louis again. Cole Matthews, nice job. Matthews has come out with much better defensive positioning. Tarasenko picks up the puck, spins it to the middle of the ice, slap shot. Maselli had it for a second, dropped it. St. Louis put it wide to the near corner. St. Louis mashed into the corner by Hutchinson. Hutchinson takes a kid out of the play. They're trying to get it around Maselli, and they can't. St. Louis a couple more whacks at it. Hutchinson had to hustle back to that post. Maselli able to hold fort. A couple of shots on goal. Face-off will come in the Pred zone.
Yeah, that Carolina kid, he's a big dude.
The Carolina kid?
Yeah, Carolina, Catalina, Catalino, Catalana, whatever.
Shane is trying to read.
Oh, yeah, that's well.
All right, Parker out to take the draw. Clancy and Kananen behind him. He's got Ossenmacher and Byron to his flanks. Parker ties the kid up. Ossenmacher steps in and gets it. Parker with another face-off victory. Ossenmacher was about to get hit, so he stopped and dumped. Junior Preds, oh, someone just got mashed. Was probably Ben Byron. And St. Louis, well, there might be offsetting penalties now. St. Louis mashed Byron. Byron took a retaliatory swipe at him, and it looks like Byron's definitely going. It is offsetting. Both kids going to the box.
Yeah, well, we're still playing 5-on-5 hockey. We got two guys going to the box, and that's all right. We need to show a little grit anyway. It doesn't bother me, that 5-on-5 stuff. Offsetting penalties, it's all good. Back on the ice, got to win a draw, get control. Hey, maybe at some point we take a shot on net.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Parker going to take the draw. He's got Ossenmacher. Gowdy comes out to replace Byron. So Parker, Gowdy, Ossenmacher up front. We've got Clancy and Kananen on the blue line. Comes to Clancy's side. Clancy gets control of the puck, gives it right to St. Louis.
Great pass to St. Louis.
Man, Clancy didn't even look. Just passed it right to the tape of St. Louis, and they bring it in as offside.
You can't do it any better than that. I mean, that was like... That's dead on the tape right there.
Clancy may want to lift his head before he throws that pass next time. Parker to take the draw just outside the Pred zone. Parker ties his kid up again. St. Louis able to kick it back to the D. D to D near side. They whip it in deep. Here they come. Dump and chase. Maselli stops it behind his net. Clancy gets ridden into the board. St. Louis sent it out front. Nobody home. Ossenmacher turns. Trying to engage the kid on the near side. Put it out front. St. Louis. Wow, they missed a wide open net. Nice passing by St. Louis. Junior Preds standing and watching. St. Louis has full control. This is their top line of kids, and they again have that. Man, they had a wide open net again. Clancy could do nothing with that forward who threw him off, just took the puck and stick handled it around Maselli.
You got too many guys, man, that just, I know St. Louis is big, but I don't care. That might sound a little bit cold or whatever. They're big, but I don't care. They're giving up too many physical or they're just getting trounced too much, and you got to be stronger than that. So we'll give another goal. We're down 7. It's early in the third period. You got to get some more grit in your gut, man. Get a little pissed off.
Grit in your gut. Wagner out to take the face-off. St. Louis wins it, bringing it in on the near board. Wagner is out with Cyphers and Olivas. Bice is on the blue line with Matthews. Bice handles it around to Olivas. Olivas has all the time in the world. Finds Cyphers. Nice pass by Olivas. Cyphers tried to stick handle. He had Wagner open on his left. St. Louis took the puck away, and then we took it back. It's in the zone. Shot on net by Matthews. I'm sorry. Matthews with a shot on net from the low slot. Goaltender is able to control it, cover it. We have a stoppage and a face-off deep in the St. Louis zone. 12:15 remaining, period 3. St. Louis with a 7-0 lead. Wagner wins the puck to Olivas. Olivas back to Matthews. Matthews gets it toward the front, going for a tip. St. Louis was able to control it, shoots it out past Bice. This should be icing, and it is. Icing is the call with 12:04 remaining. Puck coming all the way back down. French is going to go with the 5 guys he's got. No change. Wagner with Cyphers and Olivas. Bice and Matthews on the blue line. Draw coming to the goaltender's right. Junior Preds sustaining a little bit of forecheck pressure with this line. Let's see if they can turn it into a tally. Wagner down in the face-off circle. St. Louis wins the draw. Sends it behind the net, D to D, up to the forward. Matthews got a stick up. Boy, Matthews, is that Matthew? He just stopped skating. St. Louis went right by him and went back and got the puck. St. Louis now, far wall. Olivas engages a kid and separates him from his puck, almost his underpants. Wagner, little chip pass up to Cyphers, who's on his horse to get it. Cyphers sends it around behind the goaltender. Wagner pinches him off. Cyphers had Olivas out in the right down Broadway. Cyphers tried a rappy, though. The goalie is right there. More good forecheck pressure, Shane.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's even strength right now, I think, according to the board. So, yeah, you know, get the puck in the zone. I stick with it. We're playing better hockey. We're getting beat, but we're playing better hockey. I don't care.
Simonek's line is out. Ellenson and Gowdy with him. Kananen and Hutchinson on the blue line. St. Louis D to D, breaking it out on the far wall. Coming into the neutral zone. Wow, Simonek with a nice back check. Streaking in. Ellenson was trying to reach that puck, couldn't get to it. Simonek does. Simonek all over left and right side of the ice. Ellenson again has all kinds of trouble. Hutchinson bails him out. Gets it to Simonek. Simonek took it away from Ellenson that time. St. Louis took it from him. Into the neutral zone. Little bump pass. That one didn't work either. They can't do passing without looking any more than we can. Gowdy sends a little hump back toward the goalie. That was off center, but the goalie gloved it down for a stoppage anyway.
Yeah, we recovered the puck in the neutral zone and brought it into the zone and rifled it towards the net. And, you know, it's whatever. It's a shot on net. We're back in the zone to take a face-off. And
Garrett Parker, some of the bourbon is soaking in as Shane is beginning to reap the benefit of drinking a fifth of scotch before the game. Junior Preds give it up. Here comes St. Louis right in front of Maselli, who has the puck and doesn't realize it. Maselli with his head on a swivel looking left and right, and the puck was under one of his leg pads. Stoppage. We're going to have a face-off deep in the Predator zone.
Well, Parker had about 5 or 6 wins in a row, and he's lost the last couple. So needs to get back in the circle here and win this draw. When he control the puck, try to get out of the zone.
Byron and Ossenmacher with Parker, Hutchinson, and Kananen on the blue line. St. Louis, again, the kid had all the time he needed to finally decide, well, if no one's going to come near me, I'll take the shot. The shot he did, and it was wide. Battle on the near corner. Parker just took an elbow in the face mask. No, was that Parker or Simonek? I think it was Parker. Nice stop by Maselli. Tarasenko with a point-blank shot. Hutchinson tips it out of the mouth of the goal behind the net. St. Louis picks it up. They're spinning on the far half wall. Parker gets it to Ossenmacher. Ossenmacher has Ben Byron. Outlet pass to Byron. Byron on the near half wall. Takes a look, gets it toward the front of the net, loses the puck. St. Louis now just sweeps it out of their zone. Kananen is on. No, that's Clancy. Clancy is on it over to Matthews. Matthews dumps it. Dump and chase. We're going again with Ben Byron. St. Louis is able to get it around the wall behind their goaltender. Clancy kept it in. Nice job by Liam. Now another battle on the blue line. St. Louis is just out muscling us to the puck, throwing our kids back and forth. St. Louis just walked in, and when I say walked, I mean literally walked. The Junior Preds let him just walk. Nobody engaged. St. Louis on the near half wall, looking in the corner now. Matthews finally steps up and engages, and Matthews gets rewarded with a takeaway. Past Parker's outstretched stick. Tarasenko has it. 2 kids drive him into the glass. St. Louis has a kid come in for support. Matthews supporting Parker. St. Louis walks away with it. Into the front of the net. The kid missed. Couldn't get all of that shot. Tarasenko looks like he's grown a foot since last year. He's spinning on the far half wall. Tarasenko, nice little pass to Broadway. Matthews was there. St. Louis now working the puck away from everyone. Still a game of keep away. This top line for St. Louis is skilled. Off the side of the net, it ricochets to the far corner. Ossenmacher elbows a kid out of the way, uses that shoulder to clear some space, ices the puck, and we're able to get new legs out for the Preds.
Man, we're just too they're just too strong for us on the puck. We just can't we don't have the physical muscle to really compete down in the tight spots. You know, I mean, they're just a little stronger. They just hold us off the puck, and we get control, but we got to ice it because we can't get it out. So I don't know what the solution is.
Wagner loses the draw. St. Louis sends one toward the net. Hutchinson knocks it down and wide. Behind the net is the battle. Bice is out with Hutchinson. Wagner, Olivas, and Cyphers out at the forward spots. Bice brings it all the way to the half wall and then looked at the kid for St. Louis on the point and passed him the puck. St. Louis to the front of the net again. Cyphers drives the kid out of Broadway. He is trying to get around Hutchinson. Hutchinson keeps him wide. Bice engages the kid on the other side of the net. St. Louis still controlling. Olivas engages. Get it behind Maselli one more time. Nice job by Hutchinson. Drives a kid into the glass. Wagner skated away before he had the puck. St. Louis keeps
the floodgates open and give up 3 or 4 goals. It should be smart for the rest of the game.
Exactly right. Let's keep it to single digits. Let's keep it to 7 if we can. And Shane, apparently we cannot. That one tipped again. I'm not sure if it was Matthews who tipped it. Based on his body language, it might have been.
Maybe. Do you have a knife I could borrow? Oh.
So St. Louis just kind of threw one at the net. It did get tipped, and I'm fairly certain it was Matthews that tipped it away from Maselli. It is now 8-0. 7:28 remaining in the game. Simonek's line is out. Simonek, Gowdy, and Ellenson with Matthews and I'm guessing Clancy. I'm not positive, though. It is not. It is Kananen. Kananen and Matthews. Into the neutral zone it goes. St. Louis is way offside, so they've got to come back and tag up while Kananen skates back and gets the loose puck. Kananen taking a look. Nobody's getting open. Finally, he gets it to Gowdy. Gowdy up to Simonek. Simonek touch pass into some open space. St. Louis is able to get there first. Gowdy skates across the blue line and sends it deep. Simonek giving chase. Junior Preds are changing out the defense behind the play. Matthews steps onto the ice. Ossenmacher is out with him. Matthews and Kananen now. Oh, I'm sorry. Clancy is out with Kananen. I thought I saw Matthews out there. I must have read a number wrong. Simonek, Gowdy, and Ossenmacher are up front. We've got Kananen and Clancy on the blue line. St. Louis just elbowing the Junior Preds out of the way. Gowdy got thrown off but ended up with the puck. Nice job by Nolan. Here comes Cal. Cal! Stumbling, fumbling, bumbling. Looked like a pinball going through. Still got a shot on net. Ossenmacher on his knees at the far end of the ice. St. Louis coming down, whipped one off of Maselli. Ossenmacher still hasn't joined the play. Here he comes now, crossing the blue line. St. Louis taking a shot. Clancy was on his wallet when that was happening. Matthews now has it. That can't be Matthews. It's got to be Ossenmacher. Ossenmacher, who I thought was before. Into the near corner, it strolls. Clancy giving chase. Hutchinson is now out with Clancy. We've got Parker, Cyphers, and Ben Byron at forward. Clancy gets it out to free space. St. Louis able to skate up and get the loose puck. Clancy engages on the near wall, gets it to Ben Byron. Byron gave it to St. Louis, who put it off of Maselli's blocker. Maselli to the far corner. Out to the point. St. Louis had nobody home. Cyphers giving chase. We're under 6 minutes, and we're about to 5.5 to go. St. Louis, long stretch pass. Got around Bice. Bice did a good job of keeping his body in that shooting lane, and he put it wide. St. Louis did, that is. D-to-D pass. St. Louis coming through the neutral zone again. Bice skates through, able to knock the puck back into the neutral zone. St. Louis trying to set their break up. Forwards get onside. Here comes one of the defensemen dragging it into the zone. Kananen makes sure that kid doesn't have a shot. Bice makes sure he doesn't have the puck. Kananen and Bice, 1-2 punch, keeping that kid away from the goal mouth. St. Louis now gets it to the front slot. Garrett Parker shoves him out of the slot and into the near corner. St. Louis still controlling the puck, though. Into the far corner. Kananen muscles the kid against the wall. He drops it back for a teammate. Parker engages him. Kananen sends it to the middle of the ice. Ben Byron had it for a second. Cyphers tried to help him out. St. Louis has to wait again for everyone to get onside. Either Byron or Cyphers hit the ice on that one. Bice has it with a wide open lane up the wall. Sends it deep. Wagner's on the ice. Sort of waved at the puck. Icing never happened because St. Louis kept it on the way to the goal line. Here comes St. Louis. Bison Matthews on at D. Bice engages. It's like Wagner came in to show some support. Wagner trying to battle in the corner. Bice comes away with the puck, gets knocked off the puck. St. Louis controlling the puck. St. Louis behind Miceli. Bice pinches the kid again. Matthews now shoulders the kid off the puck. The trailer picks it up. Now a battle. Matthews taking on 2 of the kids. Now 3 of them. Matthews doing a good job to kill some time at least. Under 4 minutes to play in the game. Junior Preds down 8-0. Bice just bounced off that kid like he wasn't there, and Bice is not a small boy. Man, oh man, St. Louis is strong on their skates. Here comes Wagner. He's got Ben Byron and Nicky going with him. Wagner crosses the red line and sends it deep. That's not Ben Byron, that's Brandon Olivas. Olivas pinches a kid off and keeps control of the puck. Nice job by Olivas. Wagner had it for a second, had it smacked off his stick. 3 St. Louis Blues collapse on him and take the puck away. Behind their goaltender, they're skating up the near wall now. They put it through the neutral zone. That goes past everyone, and icing will be the call, 3:14.
I tell you what, Steve, what bothers me, you know, we're playing better hockey than we were the first time, but a couple of things that bother me is our inability to make a pass to teammates moving up the ice. That's such a huge deal to get into the zone with control. We can't seem to hit tape. I don't know if we're rattled. I don't know if we're worried about taking a hit. I'm not sure what the issue is, but we can't put it on tape getting into the zone. It's a big deal. It's something we've got to work on moving forward. We need to figure out how to do that.
Nice job by Clancy to step in the way of that charging Blue. He hits the ice, the Blue did, no call. Clancy again is going to have to engage. The kid went around him. Clancy couldn't keep him wide. Oh, man. Clancy getting knocked around in this game, and he just got shoved out of the way. The kid walked in and put it past Miceli.
Yep, got to have more muscle than that. It's just, that's too easy. It's too easy. There's not a lot of effort there. You just a couple strides and around and back in front of the goalie. Going to take a little more muscle than that. And quite frankly, the initial shot was saved. So whoever that trailing forward is coming in, that's another winger's responsibility to be picking that kid up, not let him have that easy backdoor goal just laying there, garbage shoved back in the net.
Simonek, Gowdy, and Ellenson are out. Junior Preds have control of the puck in their zone. Hutchinson is out with Kananen. Junior Preds trying to break it through the neutral zone. Passing is, again, a bit lacking. Kananen keeping his kid wide, bird-dogging him on the far wall. St. Louis cross-ice pass. Ellenson trying to get in the kid's way. He put one wide to the far point. Point man to the far half wall. Half wall guy comes all the way to the center of the ice. Hutchinson lost his stick, gets it back. They put a shot off Miceli's leg pad. Get the rebound. This side now. Almost tried it again. Ellenson has it on the wall. Shoves it out of the zone. St. Louis going to have to regroup in the neutral zone. Wow, Gowdy on his horse. Nolan Gowdy almost took that one for a breakaway. St. Louis just got a stick on that puck to disrupt. Hutchinson in the near corner now. Hutchinson gets ridden off the play by St. Louis. Parker took one off an ankle and went down. He's still on his hands and knees while Hutchinson is battling in this corner. Ossenmacher comes away with the puck. Nice pass by Cal to, Kananen. Kananen sent it up to Gowdy. I didn't see what happened, but there is a stoppage.
We got an icing call, so puck's going to come back down, but Parker's hobbling off to the bench, and we got back down here in the zone. So we got a minute 45 left in the game. Played better hockey. Still a pretty big goal differential.
9-0. Junior Preds have been outscored 20-0 today. They did have a little more giddy up in their horsies in the evening game, and that should give them at least something to build on, a little confidence. And if they can keep St. Louis from scoring double digits, we'll feel like we hit another milestone, as macabre as that sounds. St. Louis just put one, I think that went behind Miceli. The kid on the back door swung at, he really didn't have a chance. That pass had some mustard, and it was chest high. To the front of the net, and man, again St. Louis with kids wide open on this line. This line is fast, and they can all pass. St. Louis's top line with several more scoring opportunities. Miceli on his stomach, able to reach out and cover the puck. 1:10 remaining in the game. Junior Preds battling for their lives. The last few shifts have all been down in our zone.
Yeah, it has. And I'll tell you what, Steve, here's the honest thing. I'm exhausted. I've been working hard here at this.
What?
Yeah. No, I've been talking a lot, and I'm wore out.
We are at the 1 minute mark. Matthew Bice with the puck. The kid had hold of his jersey. No call. The refs are probably like, let's just get this mess over with. They send it to the front of the ice. Junior Preds can't get it out of the zone. Finally, Wagner grabs it and goes. He had Ben Byron open, didn't see him. Byron slapping his stick on the ice in a frustrated manner. Wagner finally threw it over to him, but St. Louis had already closed that gap and picked off the pass. They send it behind Maselli. Boy, oh boy, Clancy didn't see the St. Louis Blue had snuck in behind him, and they almost had a point-blank shot. St. Louis keeps it in the zone, flips it up in the air. Maselli catches that one like a shortstop. That was a pop-up. 20.8 seconds remaining.
Well, we played better hockey than we did the first game, for sure. We're 20 seconds away from, we're only going to lose by 9.
As ridiculous as that sounds, the first game was 11-0, and it wasn't that close. The second game is 9-0, and it's really not that much of a shellacking. Junior Preds have played better than 9-0. The first game, it should have been 20-0, so I guess it all evens out in the end. St. Louis, another point-blank shot, and another point-blank shot, and they still control the puck. Junior Preds are just trying to get to the locker room with no further damage. We've got Olivas, Cyphers, and let's see, Kananen is out. Parker, Olivas, Cyphers, and Parker, Kananen and Matthews, and that'll do it. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Well, this was a far more entertaining game with literally double-digit penalties in this game. Junior Preds couldn't capitalize on 2 5-on-3 power plays. One of them was a full 2 minutes. They couldn't score 5-on-3. But they take a couple of, positives from this game that they can bring into the morning and maybe keep them under 9.
Well, I'll tell you, Steve, it is a concern. You got 2 games in. I don't care about the score. You're playing against a really good team. You're playing against an exceptional team, so I don't care about the score. The score doesn't bother me. But the fact that we haven't put a puck in the back of the net in 6 periods, that does bother me. And we're passing on shot opportunities, not putting pucks on net that we are shooting wide of the net. Want to make the extra stick handle move before we take the shot. Struggling with tape-to-tape passes. Those are all big deals to me because, this weekend's going to come and go. And we got a whole lot more hockey and a whole lot more weekend as the season goes on. And those things have got to be corrected. They've got to be fixed. We've got to figure out how to make proper tape-to-tape passes, how to spread the floor right, how to get in the right positions, how to put shots on net and give ourselves an opportunity to score. If you don't shoot, guess what?
You don't score.
You got it. My God, you are so...
I am receiving a compliment from Shane Parker is going to buoy my spirits as I go off into this good night. And speaking of good night, I'm going to turn everyone loose. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. We'll come to you one more time from the Murder Mall in Hazelwood, Missouri, where we'll take on the St. Louis Blues one more time. 10:20 Central Time, 10:20 tomorrow morning, and then we're on the road back to Nashville. Until then, this is Steve Olivas for Shane Parker saying thanks for watching and thanks for listening, everybody. Have a good Saturday night.